Let me talk to you. I'll talk to you. There is no future of WWE. The next generation is cooked if this is what we have to work with. And the ratings suggest that because NXT just did its lowest ever rating in its regular time slot. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And it's been a while, yes, it's been a long time since we did our ratings video, but forget about it, we're back. The ratings videos are back. If you want to see the ratings videos every week, then I'll give you them. Bad news is, if you don't want to see them, I'm going to give you them anyway. Starting next week, I'm going to return rating videos to this channel. Raw, NXT, Dynamite, Impact, SmackDown, Collision. If there's a rating to be rated, I'll be reviewing it. So yeah, ratings are going to be coming back to the channel. Look forward to that next week. I am looking forward to it. So yeah, man. Well, that's what we'll be talking about next week, but forget about next week. Let's talk about this week. Let's talk about NXT. Let's talk about the Tuesday, May 12th edition of this show because it did an absolutely horrendous rating. Now, I've no idea why it would be so bad. There's no, sometimes a rating's horrible and people go, well, it was the holidays, or it was this, or there was like the Super Bowl on, or some bullshit excuse, you know, but the 12th of May, I don't recall anything happening or anything being on that would affect the ratings. I just don't recall it. So it looks like this rating is purely down to just the fact that, let's be honest, NXT fucking sucks. And the rating that they got for the 12th of May was 498,000 viewers. Yes, under 500,000. But Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, he's cooking. He is supposedly cooking. He is supposedly creating magic on this show. He ain't cooking shit. Anything he's cooking, he's burnt, he's overcooked it. Never mind overcooked this, fucking raw. I mean, if this guy was cooking a chicken, man, it would still be clucking, cluck, cluck, cluck. That's what it'd be doing. Somebody needs to wring the neck out of him like a chicken and just put it out of his misery, to be honest. But yeah, 498,000 views. Pish. An absolute disaster rating for NXT. In the key demo, the 18 to 49, it did a 0.06. Again, another poor rating. Nothing to write home about there. Nothing to celebrate there. Just another disastrous number. 0.06 in the key demo. By God almighty, is that low. And this episode is down 22% on last week's rating. Last week did 641,000. Now, the past 4 weeks of NXT is averaging at 589,000. So even that's pretty low. And this is 15% lower than that. It's an absolute tragedy. Last week, the key demo did a 0.11, which on its own is an absolute shocking rating. But this week's 45% down on it. So, I mean, even though the ratings beforehand are goddamn terrible, this week's was somehow a lot worse. You know, it's mental. It's absolutely mental how low these ratings are, and people will accept this. You know, people will make excuses and say, oh, but it's because of this, it's because of that. It's fucking disgraceful, man. There's no way these ratings should be this low. It really is hard to take WWE seriously when they try and pretend that NXT is doing well and that the future's bright and that these guys are killing it and oh, this and that and this and that. And it's like absolutely nothing. Honestly, the ratings that NXT are doing are horrendous. The wrestlers in NXT look abysmal. I mean, come on. Look at Mason Rook. Look at this Micah Lockhart, or whatever the fuck she's called, Lockhouse or Lockwood. I mean, who wants to see her? Who wants to see him? We're talking fat fucking slobs. We're talking average-looking jabrones. Where's the smoking hot women? Where's the guys that are built like fucking Adonis and made out of like a chiseled stone or something, you know? Where are these people? They don't exist. You ain't seen them on NXT. You can't see them on NXT. They're not there. You know, it's fucking insane that they lie to us and they try and tell us, oh no, this is what a professional wrestler looks like. Some people are saying that Mason Rook is the next Brock Lesnar. I mean, what the fuck? What does that make Micah Luthouse, whatever her name is? I'm going to just call her Bailey Humphrey. What's that make her? Does that make her the next Nicole Bass? I mean, come on. Just look at these people. How are we expected to watch NXT and enjoy NXT and actually treat this company like it's going somewhere? It's going nowhere. And if you look at the trend, you can see that NXT tends to get worse in ratings.
Next age of man will begin with you.
We dreamed of setting foot on the ground.
The lower the year goes on, the worse the ratings get, and by the end of the year, the ratings are pretty poor. But we're already seeing that the ratings are poor. So if the ratings are low now, then what are the ratings going to be by the end of 2026? This will be broken again. Mark my words, this record, this rating, 498, will be broken again. But anyway, forget about 498. Let's look at some other shockingly low numbers. Let's look at the views from the NXT clips from this week. And we're not going to include the highlights. However, for anybody wondering, you can see that the full highlights got 161,000. So there you go. Some smoking hot chick on it. Probably Izzy Dame there. Right, let's look at the clips then. So, highest viewed clip of the week was Naraku destroys Lince Dorado in his debut. That's got 225k. People probably checking out just purely for the fact this Japanese guy making his debut. I want to see him make his debut. Here's a Japanese guy. Are we going to see anything new? No, I guarantee you this guy done nothing new. I guarantee you we've seen nothing in this match that we haven't seen before. So yeah, 225k, congratulations. That will be the highest viewed clip this guy ever does. Mark my words, next week, once people have watched this guy and they've seen that he's just a loser like everyone else, nobody will care, nobody will be checking him out. Second spot, we've got Mason Rook signing his NXT contract in statement fashion. Right, this was incredible. So Mason Rook goes to the top rope. He does a moonsault to the outside, and he literally hits nobody. He literally hits nobody, but Vic Joseph says that he crushes everybody. I mean, the guy literally went through all the security and crash landed on the floor and pretty much made no contact with anybody. But Vic Joseph is trying to tell us that he crushed everybody. And even the guy he's supposed to be hitting is like at the back of the queue and doesn't even get touched, but he has to go down and pretend that he was hurt. It's like, how phony, you know? These moonsaults always look shit. When Shawn Michaels did a moonsault, he landed on his opponent. He made it fucking look good. When these wrestlers do moonsaults today, it just looks awful. Same with the suicide dives, you know. When Seth Rollins does a suicide dive and he pushes his arms into his opponent and lands on his feet, I mean, that looks so fucking bad. I mean, if you want to do a suicide dive, at least do it right, like Chris Benoit, you know. Maybe not to the extent he did it in 2007, but, you know, at least do a suicide. It can't be a suicide dive and then the move look fucking shit. At least Io Sky, you know, at least she makes the move live up to its name. Suicide dive, damn near dies every time she does it. You know, at least Io Sky's making it look good in the sense of the name. So yeah, but 124k just to see some big fat bastard flying through the sky. And that's it. Everything else was under 100. Pretty embarrassing, pretty poor. In third place, Saria walks out on Nikita Lyons in stunning match. So there you go, Saria just leaving there. Wants nothing to do with anybody in this. Just walks out. This got 90k. Yeah, just poor. I mean, two segments, two matches over 100k. Everything else under. Fourth spot, we had full match, Kendall Gray versus Kalani Jordan, 75k. Anytime WWE puts full match in the title, it tends to do really well in the views, but not even full match can make people care about Kendall Gray versus Kalani Jordan. Let's be honest. Let's be honest about it. Then in 5th place we had Dark State knock the Fanity Project into Micah Lockwood's arms. This got 53k. Again, nobody cares about Micah Lockwood. Let's just abandon this. She's never going to be a star. She's never going to be a big deal on the main roster. Unfortunately for her, she's got a look, but it's not the look, okay? She's got a look, but it's not the look. She looks like she could play the villain of a monster in a horror movie. She looks like she could be like the sister of, I don't know, fucking Michael Myers, even though his sister was pretty normal, although there's nothing normal about Jamie Lee Curtis. Have you seen her? Oh, nobody can tell which one of my trans daughters is trans. No, we can, It's the big one that looks like a man with an Adam's apple sticking out his fucking neck. That's the one. Oh, man, right. 6th place we've got Izzy Dame lays out the NXT Women's Champion Lola Fice, 52k. And in last spot, Noam Dar taking on Jason Drake, 33k. I mean, across the board, these numbers are shocking. And again, just look at these two on the screen right now. Just look at them. Mason Rook, Micah Lockwood. These two are going nowhere. Absolutely fucking nowhere. And I'm not being mean. I'm not. But this Mason Rook guy, this is just a fucking fat man. And most of the people watching NXT in the crowd are fat. And they might see him and they might get excited. They might like the fact that someone who looks fat as fuck as them is in a ring. But that's not a star. That's just them associating with somebody. That's just them taking a like to somebody that looks like them. But that's not going to get over, Hogan didn't look like the average person watching wrestling. That's why Hogan worked. Mason Rook looks like most of these bums that sit and watch this shit. That's not going to work. And as for Myla Lukehouse or Lukewood or whatever she's called, I don't know, man. I don't fucking care. Bailey Humphries. She might be a nice person. It looks like she's got a Christian necklace wrapped around her neck. She might be religious. Good for her. She could be very nice. Maybe deep down she's a good, honest, genuine, kind-hearted person. But unfortunately, in wrestling, especially if you're a female, there is just a certain level of attraction that you need to have in certain roles, and she just doesn't have it. Now, perhaps she could be, if they wanted to treat her like a monster, if she wanted to be the next, I don't know, man, if she wanted to be like the next Awesome Kong, then maybe they could do something with that, but I just don't see that face main eventing Mania or, being on billboards for Mania. I just don't see it. People watch Raw. They want to fucking have sex with the women. They do, they masturbate to the women. They post the pictures of the women. They goon over the women. And nobody's gooning over her, it is what it is. People talk about, look at the cheeks on this person. Oh, look how hot she is, blah, 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 blah. That's never going to happen with Bailey Humphries. It's just not, okay? It's just not, because she is not attractive, especially not attractive enough to be a professional wrestler. Sucks for her, It sucks for her, but that's the truth. No point lying about it. And I'm really not surprised that NXT does its lowest rating with these two involved on the show. And there's pretty much nobody left on NXT now. NXT's an absolute shit show full of jabrones that are from just LFG now. Guys that should be nowhere near wrestling, and they've now got a spot on the NXT card. Honestly, how I would book NXT is, here's what you need to ask yourself. NXT is supposed to be creating future stars for the main roster. So it really is this simple. I would look at the NXT roster and I would say this. I would look at every person and I would say, do they have a chance on the main roster? Can they make it on the main roster? Can they get to the main event level on Raw or on SmackDown? Can they make us money on Raw or SmackDown? And if the answer is no, then just get rid of them. What's the point? Because that's what NXT is for. NXT is to create the future stars of tomorrow. But if you can already see that somebody's just not going to make it, then what is the point of keeping them around? And there's just so many people in NXT making up the numbers. So many people in NXT that will never achieve nothing. It's sad. It's sad. Anyway, guys, that's it. More ratings videos coming next week. I'm not surprised. NXT, lowest rating of all time. Just look at who's on this show and then look at the numbers. And they make sense. They make sense, guys. Anyway, that's it. Till next time, help us out in the numbers department. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Kroger always gives you more ways to save, like low prices in every aisle. Plus, you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the app.